Welcome to the next episode of the Bowling Green Dynasty. Today we take on the Bulls of Buffalo. At home, will we win this one by a lot? We'll have to wait to find out. Speaking of, it's time to find out. We'll see you at halftime. Thanks for watching, and go Falcons!
Great to have you with us at Dwight L. Perry Stadium in Bowling Green, Ohio, home to the Bowling Green Falcons. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Buffalo Bulls, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Bowling Green Falcons. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Bulls will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside is 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Bowling Green Falcons offense will go to work first. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others, that they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
He'll pull it on the read. Hey, that's a live ball. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. Knocked down, but not before. He gets the first down after recovering the fumble. The Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a huge play. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Wide open spaces. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Let's it fly. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Wants to throw. It's Pine. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He'll bring it out. It's Simmons. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bulls offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Morrow. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Bring in the heat. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And the Bulls send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. So they've put up some early points, and now to build on this 3-0 lead. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Pine. Got it set up on the outside. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Flips it out on the screen. It's a seam wide open. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at 34. And the Falcons are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. It's Garcia. It's loose. Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it just in the nick of time. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the first down marker. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bowling Green.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. San Diego State is down right now, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Snapdragon Stadium today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Wyoming. Any change of momentum, any notable highlights from Mountain West country, we'll let you know, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Use the play fake, down to throw. And defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Bulls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Back to throw, it's Roberson. Shows him the stiff arm. He stopped at the 32-yard line, not enough for the first down. And the Bulls will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt, wants to make a play. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Wants to throw on 1st down. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Really nice play on the pick. Was looking for a little more yardage, but great field position at the 34. This offense has it with really good field position. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Off play action. Buying some time. 1st down and more.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
The pull and throw off the RPO. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll do it himself. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Pine. They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Finds his man. It's Henderson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Bulls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. Oh, what a cut! There he goes! Touchdown, Buffalo! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. High the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? Back to pass It's Pine. Finds a spot in the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You know, one of the areas that separate good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offenses are on third down passing plays. That was the perfect call at the perfect time and obviously executed well.
Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter and Buffalo is on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Tries to do it himself on the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. The Falcons with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. They picked up a couple of first downs to start this drive, and now 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking to throw on first down. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, BG.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone. It's Simmons. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And that's now their 3rd sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They're setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And the Bulls line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Dropping back, it's Pine. He's got him.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. Take your steps and get the ball out. It's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
Finds his big tight end. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Looking downfield on first down. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Hogan. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. And the Falcons pick up the first down.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
on the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. With the run on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and X going for the goal line. Touchdown Falcons! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Florida State has the lead at this time, but there haven't been quite as many tomahawk chops today as we expected. This is close. They're up by 7 over Wake Forest. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking for a man. It's Roberson. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the 2nd quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. From the gun, running back on the move. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for the big play. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bowling Green. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's why you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, let it get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great, but I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. You've already sent your punter out 4 times. At least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Right down the middle. Another incompletion on third down. The Bulls will bring the punt team onto the field. That leg is staying loose already, the 5th kick of the night. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Using his legs, it's McMillan. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field, it's Pine. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Hogan. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Falcons are flying down the field. Single back formation, and they give it to it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Hogan. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. 3rd and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Working the big fella downfield and outside. Down to 2 minutes before the half. They'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And the Falcons will line it up on 1st and 10. Trying to run, it's McMillan. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground. The give to the back. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Bulls with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Quick completion to the right. He's loose. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. To the air, it's Roberson. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the grab. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. That's exactly what they told us they wanted to limit. Yards after the catch, and it pays off on this play.
And especially in these situations in third down when you know the ball's going to come out fast, understanding that, breaking on the football, going, making the tackle, and forcing the fourth down.
They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas.
Bowling Green leads 31-14 at halftime. As we get ready to play the second half, Pine 17-26, 2 touchdowns. He also was passed for 260 yards and 2 picks. And rushing, McMillan 11-45 and 2 touchdowns. So, let's get you back for the second half and see how this one will end.
The Falcons will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Watkins. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He'll start this third quarter with a run. Plows through the defense. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Takes the easy completion. He stopped at the 15, not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. The Bulls will bring the punt team onto the field. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They moved the football well in the last drive, but man, that fourth down and failing to convert there has to sting. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking left. Pulls it in. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking them.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Pine. Throws toward the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. On fourth down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. And here's the third interception of the night. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. Wants to go up top on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Wide open downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And it's another 1st and 10 play. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Bulls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got his man on the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to run for it. The Bulls get enough for the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about.
Oh, a lot of space. Turning on the Jets. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. And the Bulls want to move quickly.
That's a first down for the offense.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
No good. All points are important, guys, but that one still leaves you with a 3-possession deficit down by 17. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Handoff from the gun. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Pine. Safe completion on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Just 1 for 3 on 4th down today, but they'll try to move those chains with this play. Sends it downfield. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Turning it on. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Makes the catch. Touchdown, BG! And the beatdown has ensued. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. Vanderbilt is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Doors fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Complete to the left. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking down the middle. He got it. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
To the air, it's Roberson. Finds his man down the middle. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Got it in the middle. It's McMillan. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it because he really didn't have a choice because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. You know they'd love to convert this third down after missing a field goal on the last drive. Quarterback on the keeper. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. It is perfect.
Man, so many more times we're going to say go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Pulls it in. It's McMillan. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Pine. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Turns it on in midfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Get you some of that. With that completion, now he's over 400 yards on the day. That's a really, really good game for this quarterback. He's been almost flawless.
Snagged in the middle. It's Hogan.
When receivers are running slant routes against man coverage, sometimes you get open using speed, but sometimes it's pure physicality. This receiver does a great job using his hands, and he's able to fight his way to the inside. At the end of the day, he just wanted that football more.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The Falcons pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Let's go! Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. That's the end of the period. Bowling Green is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Under fire. Makes the catch. It's Hogan. He is stopped right at the 21-yard line, and now it'll be fourth down and decision time. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter, so you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Creates a little space. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. The Bulls with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Roberson. Under fire. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Touchdown, Falcons! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to go up top. Here's the pressure. Finding an escape route. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Bulls are moving quickly down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying play action. Got it behind the line. It's Henderson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, it's Roberson. They'll run the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulls. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's perfect. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Nebraska was able to come away with the win, as they have so many times there in Lincoln, but not without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy.
He'll start this drive firing.
We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He'll take a shot. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 3rd and long. Trying to set up the screen. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And the Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. Keeps it on the draw. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hogan. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Looking to throw, it's Pine. Working that left side now. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. The Falcons have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bowling Green. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Bringing it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Finds the tight end. There he goes. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun. Give on the inside. Spins away. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Roberson. This one's complete.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make it.
Oh, he's got some space. Lots of running room. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo.
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you could tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On the option. He'll pitch it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. A handoff, keep working on that clock.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The give to the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. And the Falcons really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Running back searching for a hole. Wide open spaces. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. The Falcons just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. They're working that left side. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have in the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Simmons. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The give on the inside. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Roberson. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. The Bulls have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. He's got it. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Got his man. That will be the final play.
Bowling Green dominates again, winning 55-31 here against the Buffalo Bulls.
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the
Gloria,
board. Reaching a bowl
Pine,
game is
31 of
so now you can
47,
go ahead and check that
466,
off. But if you're this
4
football
touchdowns,
team, you're
3
not
picks.
celebrating that tonight. You're looking
Lamont
to
Tree,
build on
15
this
for
win
45,
moving ahead, 'cause
McMillan,
they've got
14
bigger
for
goals down the road
52.
here.
They do, and
Scores
they've shown
while
you some
Porter,
good
8 for
flashes
48
throughout
and a
the season, man.
touchdown.
Some moments that really say this team could be really, really good. And so I think
Receiving,
you continue to
Hogan,
improve. You know at the
10
end of the
for
season, I get to
93,
take a
but the-
vacation.
both the
Wherever the
4
bowl
touchdowns
game
went
is,
to
we get a free
Brennan
trip with my boys, but there's some work to be done.
3 for 93 and 2
That's going to
scores,
do it
along
from
at
here. For
61.
David Pollock and Jesse Palmer,
RJ
I'm Reese
Garcia,
Davis,
2 for
and you've been
53 and a
watching
touchdown,
another
and
presentation
Middleton
of EA
1 for a
Sports
53-yard
College Football.
touchdown. Defensively, no interceptions today. And then Kenner, 2 for 7 on field goals and 7 for 7 on extra points. We did not punt today. And the Falcons will